heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School football from Glycod.
And we are back at Charlestown High School as the band performing on the field, but it's just about time to look at some numbers here. And just trying to get the last of it in. And then we will move it over and take a quick look. So halftime stats for you here at the half, brought to you by Centra Credit Union, centered on you. And Charlestown, we see 17 of 18 passing, 151 yards.
7 of 18.
7 of 18.
Yeah, okay.
That's my fault. 7 of 18 passing for, so I'm going to correct that. 7 of 8, it just happens that quick, folks. 7 of 18 passing for 151 yards and 25 rushes for 102 yards. Providence, 8 of 18 for 110 yards through the air and 13 rushes for 21 yards. 54-yard catch by Cade Unruh, and then that 53-yard touchdown catch by Brian Wall through the air for Providence. For the Pirates, really, they did their dirty work on the ground and really from short range. Rushes from 1 yard out, 2 yards out, and 2 yards out, and then a 22-yard field goal by Jerron Almasiga. So those are your halftime stats brought to you by Centra Credit Union, centered on you. Well, let's break away again, and when we return, I had the chance to talk to AD of the Providence Pioneers' new AD, taking over for Mickey Golembeski, who retired after a storied career. And we had the chance, Mr. Leeser and I, to talk earlier today about what's going on with Providence Athletics. Come on back for that here on Glycod.
Tailgate or tailgating to get to my tailgate. I can't go anywhere. But you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you. And your cut rate car insurance, it might not pay for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page today.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
I was at practice one day, kind of made a cut through the lane, and I noticed that I landed on my knee a little weird. I saw my trainer here at school, and they highly recommended that I go to Priority Radiology. Any athlete, when you do go down with an injury, the first thing you think about is just how long that you're going to be out. Going to Priority Radiology, where I could get my results back quickly, made a big difference because I wasn't left waiting for weeks before I could even start a treatment. I was able to get what I needed right away.
This second shift, this old pair of pants, this staycation, this brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School football from Glycod.
And welcome back to halftime here at Charlestown High School. And it's our pleasure to have on the phone tonight the new athletics director at Providence High School, Ted Leeser. And we're so happy to have him this evening. And Mr. Leeser, we just want to ask you first just how you came to be at Providence and the new athletics director there, and what your path was to land you in this position.
Thank you for having me, Todd. I'm glad to talk with you tonight. Always glad to talk about Providence and what the exciting things we're doing here. How I got to Providence is I've been involved in the deanery that feeds up to Providence for some time. I have a past experience at the high school level and at the college level. And my kids had planned on coming to Providence. And like I mentioned, I was involved in a deanery. And it just was the right timing for me to move over from the other previous experiences I had in the high school level. And I was over at Louisville prior to this. But it seemed like the great fit because of the people that are here.
Absolutely. Fantastic folks to work with there in the Providence Athletics Department. And let's just talk about that. And that is, what's going on with Providence Athletics here this fall? Lots of fall sports happening. And what's going on with Providence Athletics this fall?
Absolutely. We're excited about our fall. We're young in a lot of our sports. For example, in volleyball, we have 0 seniors and only 2 juniors, the rest sophomore and freshmen, but we're still competing at a high level in the highest classification, 4A. As a matter of fact, we host the sectionals for the first time in a very long time this year for volleyball. So we're excited to host that 4A sectional here at Providence. We're coming off a state championship for the boys soccer, so they're reloading and trying to make another run at it this year as well. They're doing very well, playing against some very tough competition, but they're doing great. And we're looking to host not only the boys, but the girls soccer regionals here at Providence as well. The girls soccer is under the first-year head coach of Trevor Black, and he's doing phenomenal things this first year. And they are competing at a very high level already. And so we're looking to do some things in the postseason with that team as well, as they are, young and learning, but at the same time achieving some really good things. And of course, our football team is very young as well, but they're learning how to compete. They're growing up pretty fast, and they're learning how to fight through adversity in some cases, and how to push through and reach their potential in others. And then finally, our other sports, girls golf, we have a new coach, and Jennifer McAllister for girls golf, and they're very young as well, and they're doing some really good things. And Neil Masterson is helping us out with our cross country once again, and they're competing very well. And then to wrap it up, our veteran coach for boys tennis is Scott Gergel, and they're doing some good things as well. So, we're really excited for all the fall sports here at Providence, and, looking forward to competing.
Well, and I want to just go back to touch on one thing, and what kind of opportunity and neat opportunity that is for Providence to get to host a 4A sectional for volleyball and potentially host some regional soccer action. That's really great. Just touch on what that means for your programs to get to do that sort of thing at Providence.
Yeah, it's been quite a while since they've gotten to host the sectional at Providence. We have been very successful in volleyball, and that has moved us up in classifications, all the way up to the highest classification. And usually, since we're a smaller school that has been bumped up 2 levels in classification, it is one of those things where, there are bigger schools with better facilities at the larger scale. We really love our facilities here for our school. We think we have amazing facilities for the schools, of our size. And it's just kind of a rare opportunity for one of the smaller schools that have been bumped up to host, sectionals. So we're going to plan to take full advantage of that, show them what we have to offer here at Providence, show them what makes us, very special here, and hope we put on a good show. And we're in, it's always good to think that we will be hosting the girls and boys regional soccers, and we're just hoping we can also compete in that game and be able to play at home.
Sure.
That's one of those things where you love hosting, you love showing people what you have to offer here as a school, but you really enjoy it when you're competing for those titles at home.
Absolutely. Well, fall will really transition very quickly to winter and winter sports coming up. So let's just briefly touch on what might be coming as the calendar turns and we head into winter sports at Providence High School. What's on the forecast there?
Well, of course, we have our returning coach for boys basketball, Ryan Miller, who is a graduate here, and he's done some great things. He won the sectional in his first year and took us to that title, and unfortunately didn't get to compete at a regional level because of COVID shutting it down. So that kind of left a unfinished business on their plate. And then the next year we competed for a sectional title in a title game versus Southwestern. We ended up falling on that one, but we're looking to rebound and compete for another sectional title, on that team. Our girls basketball is coached by Coach Brad Burden, who's, been a veteran of Providence for many years. And he's looking to, reload that program and to rebuild that program to be able to compete at the sectional level as well. So they're doing some really good things in the off season as team building and, fundamental workouts to build that team where they want it to be. And then we have wrestling and, swimming and diving. And we have our veteran coaches of Jim Pfeiffer and Brad Davidson for those. We're looking to add a lot more wrestling meets as we're getting more and more participants in that particular sport. And as a matter of fact, our swimming and diving coach just informed me the other day that we have a record number of participants in swimming and diving. And he said we never had that many here at Providence, and we're excited to see what that can.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Well, and as the folks often may see, Glycod, of course, proud to get to broadcast some of those Providence boys and girls basketball games. So we are excited again as the calendar changes from fall to winter. But Mr. Leeser, thank you so much for your time. Great what all's going on at Providence, and I thank you, all our Glycod fans, sharing what's happening there at Providence.
Thank you, Todd. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Busy, always on the go. And when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it is not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities, the Department of Mental Health and Addictions, and Our Place.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes. Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
The second game of the season, I popped my shoulder out of socket, so I went to the doctor a few weeks later, and they referred me to priority radiology to get an arthrogram. It was about a day later that they told me the news that I tore my labrum. Since I got the results back so quick, I got to start doing physical therapy and everything quicker, which made my recovery process a lot quicker, and I'm thankful for priority radiology for getting the results back that fast.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School football from Glycod.
As we are wrapping up halftime here at Charlestown High School, they put a couple of minutes on the clock for some warm-ups, and Coach, that gives us a chance to talk about some interesting individual performances. So as you look over your stats, jumps off the page.
There's no question about that, Todd. Clay McClellan, as advertised, you might say.
Yep.
13 carries, 69 yards, 69 of the 102 yards. So big plus for him there. But another stat that sticks out is what must be Charlestown's defense, because the running game for Providence, 13 carries and a total of 21 yards. Now, these are unofficial stats. You might read the paper and see something different, but we know that they've really shut down that pass or running game. The only thing that has saved Providence has been the passes, the long passes, the 54-yard to Unruh and the touchdown catch by Wall for 23 yards, and that's the reason they're still in the ball game.
Absolutely. Well, you can actually see, I don't know that Providence, they haven't totally gone away from the run. They have certainly run the ball in some situations, but as you said, not broken any for any kind of distance.
No. The longest run I have recorded for them is 6 yards.
Right.
So
they've lined up a lot with that sort of 5 wide-out empty backfield set, though.
Right.
So more of that spread offense.
Right. And Bratcher, they, like you said, big old strong, I call him a fullback, running back, only 6 carries and only 8 yards. So Charlestown must have really keyed on that running attack in that vicinity. Of course, you add to the fact that size-wise, Charlestown's got the big Keontae Goodwin, 6'8", 325 in the middle of that. I don't know if he's playing both offense and defense.
No, he's just playing offense.
Just playing offense. So
and verbally committed to Kentucky.
Right. And as a matter of fact, as I look out on the field, you might see this on the camera, I see his one yellow shoe out there all the time. I keep thinking there's a flag on the play.
I've thought the same thing.
Not to happen. Okay.
Well, but it is a big boot on a nicely sized young man.
And penalty-wise, both teams fairly clean. I have 3 penalties against each, 5 and 10 against Charlestown and 10 and 15 against Providence.
Yep,
They're offsetting penalties that you don't give any yards to. So
that's right.
Here we go.
Here we go, as Charlestown is going to boot the ball away. Almasiga will put the foot to it. And let's see if we can see who's back for the Pioneers. I believe that's Unruh for sure on the far side, and that's Wall on the near. And ball deep, picked up deep at about the 10, and just bringing it out to about the 20, 21 maybe, was Unruh before he was ridden out of bounds. So second half underway here on Glycod.
Actually, I think Unruh was waiting to see if the ball was going to get out of bounds, because it was close to being a penalty for out-of-bound kick, but it stayed in bounds, and that results in a 20-yard line start.
And I agree with you, Coach. I think he thought maybe it would just keep rolling. So the Pioneers take over 1st and 10. And I'll bring your attention to the ticker. Running at the bottom of the screen there. Lennon around the left side. He is met right at the line of scrimmage. I think that's going to be no gain or I don't think it's a loss, but looks like no gain there.
No gain. They had all receivers on the right side, and he kept it and tried the left. Interesting call on first play from line of scrimmage.
So Lannon, empty backfield again, four wideouts right. And here comes the pressure, but Lannon rolls left, has a little room, gets out near the sticks, spun out of bounds, and then knocked down as he is stepping out of bounds. And there is a flag on the field.
And we talked about a key to the game might be getting pressure, and certainly Lanham has been getting some pressure from that Charlestown defense.
So first penalty of the half, and that's going to tack on some extra. Personal foul on the Pirates. And
so what was the gain to? They're on the 33?
Yeah, the gain was to the 33, and they're going to tack on 15 more. So about a 12-yard gainer there. No, a 13-yard gainer, excuse me. I was to the 33, wasn't it?
Yep.
Going to take the ball out right about midfield and a 1st and 10.
A 15-yard penalty? Wow.
Man out of really, it was really unintentional, but flag still fell and caught there on a little pass out in the flat to Unruh. Gain of about, was that about 3? Into Pirate territory of the 48. Looks like that big Pirate is got an extra eyeball there. And the Pioneers line up.
Empty backfield.
Empty backfield again.
Wow.
Happy to throw it around. Oh, Lannon thought about keeping it. He does, but he had to back out of it, and that first hole closed up. But still a nice gainer there. About 5 yards on that. Going to bring up 3rd and 2. Chase Benner with the stop for the Pirates.
Obviously a strategy at halftime. He's already carried the ball 3 times now, 18 yards. He only had 5 yards the entire first half. So I think they've read something at halftime, strategy-wise.
Coming into the game, Carter Lannon had 29 carries for 68 yards and 3 touchdowns. As a play clock ticks down, Lannon, handoff, and just a short little gainer, maybe a yard, going to bring up 4th down. So interesting call here for Coach McDonald and the Pirate sideline. The Providence sideline. My apologies. I think it's a whole lot easier call for the Pirate sideline, and that is try to protect this and not let's turn them over on downs. But for the Pioneers, lining up 2 wideouts left, 1 right, and fake handoff, roll out. Lannon looks to throw and over the head. So it will be a turnover on downs. And it will be Pirate ball at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10.
A little pressure on the quarterback.
Yep.
That's the strategy is paying off for Charlestown.
So Clay McClellan and company with the 1st and 10 play here. Their first possession of the second half. Tucks the ball in the breadbasket of Harvey and comes around the end. Flag comes in late. Lands at about the 49-yard line. See what the man in the white hat says. That's a hold against the Pirates. Their second penalty. So it's going to be from the spot of the foul, takes it back to the 39-yard line on that 10-yard penalty. So already 25 yards worth of penalties for the Pirates. McClellan with Harvey back there with him. Tucks, runs, finds a nice opening. Falls forward onto the Pirate logo there, right in the middle of the field at about the 45-yard line.
And who was that?
That was McClellan on the keeper.
Yeah, okay. So gained about 5. Where are we at? Yeah.
Yep.
No.
From the 39, so 6 actually.
Okay.
2nd and 9, 8, I would say, actually, on the field. 2nd and 8. McClellan with Harvey there in the pistol. And takes around the right side, has the first down and more. 40, 35, flag comes in. And we'll see who that's against. I think might negate that play. Sure enough, it's going to be against the Pirates. And another hold. So 10 yards from the spot. We'll see where they place the ball, but now 35 yards worth of penalties and only about 4 minutes gone here in the third quarter. So, but the Pirates still, so far, Coach, they are moving the ball. They just can't quite make it all come together here.
Penalties will do that to you. 3 10-plus yard penalties.
3 wideouts right. And McClellan takes the snap, stiff arms a man, falls forward to about the 46-yard line. So it'll bring up a new set from the 46. As Sweeney checks the game, Helton checks to the sideline. And Sweeney heads around. He will be lined up on the far right side. Ottersbach, the wide receiver, far left, closest to the camera. McClellan on the keeper again, and he runs right into some traffic, but has a nice gainer of about 3 yards.
No passes, all runs. Interesting. After throwing the ball 18 times in the first half. Nice crowd here.
Very, very much so. McClellan tucks the ball into the breadbasket of Harvey this go-round. And he falls forward near the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard. Let's see where it's marked. Nope. No gain. So that will be 3rd down. Still 7 to go for a new set of downs.
I'd say this is a passing down situation, or at least an RPO.
You would think so. Looks to pass. Here comes the pressure. Flushes McClellan. Gets a stiff arm. Tries to pass. Knocked up in the air and then caught by Providence. And that is Brian Wall, I believe. It is. Brian Wall with the interception. Knocked the ball up in the air and away from the intended receiver, Morris, and caught it in his own breadbasket. So turnover on the interception. So Wall with the big interception there as the Pirates were driving. And second possession here in the third quarter for these Pioneers. So Lennon back out under center. One man in the backfield. Little play action, pass, left side, and that was really up for grabs. Flag comes in.
Might be offensive pass.
It very well could be. I agree with you. That was Brian Wall out there, the intended receiver, and Cole Tincher who has really been all over the field for these Pirates on defense there. And there was a tangle. And offensive pass interference will back the Pioneers up. So first penalty of the second half for the Pioneers, but that's a biggie. Backs them up 15 yards from the spot, so it takes it back to the 37-yard line. Second down, 2nd and 15. Line to gain is the 48 in Pirate territory. Carter Lannon takes a snap. Gets some protection this time. Up over the middle, and that's Unruh. Same play as before, and a flag comes in late after the catch. I believe that's going to be on the defensive player, and it may tack on some extra. So down to the 38-yard line, and possibly some more. Wait for the man in the white hat. Face mask.
So
see which variety this is.
So where did the ball, how?
It ended up at the 38.
38, okay.
Yep.
37 to the 38.
And
so that's a 25-yard catch.
And then 5 more with the 4th penalty of the 3rd quarter. Providence with the big gainer there from Unruh. And throws to Unruh again. He makes a man miss, rolls forward that tackle and gets it near the 25. They're going to spot it at the 26, but quick pitch and catch there from Lannon to Unruh. Gain of about 7 there, yep. 2nd and 3.
I just mentioned they hadn't thrown the ball. Now he's completed all 3 of the passes here in the second half.
Two wideouts, right, 3 left, empty backfield. And here comes the pressure. Lannon lofts it up for Unruh, and he just couldn't track it down. That pressure was coming, and Lannon couldn't put it quite where he wanted it. Unruh turned and just couldn't find the ball. Brings up 3rd down. Good effort, though. And I didn't see who came up the middle there for the Pirates, but he was all up in the grill of Carter Lannon.
One of those big 3rd down plays, 3rd and 3 to keep possession of the ball. Of course, they're in 4 down territory probably.
Again, empty backfield. Here comes pressure. The blitz comes on again. Lannon rolls left, fires it, and has a man. It's caught, and it looks like it'll be good for the first down. That's Unruh again. Good hands on that young man. Cade Unruh, just a sophomore, so these two are going to have a couple more years to play pitch and catch. But the chains move for the Providence Pioneers. We've had no scoring here in this 3rd quarter. Low snap, but Lannon keeps it and has a nice little gainer there before he is brought down by a boatload of Pirates.
Quarterback draw, if you will.
See where they placed the ball. Looks like it's going to be a gain of about 6 or so. 2nd and 4. Well, that's right between the 5 and the 6. I don't. You call that what you want to, Coach, for your end-of-game stats.
I went with the scoreboard.
5. Okay, 5. Overruled me. That's probably a good call.
Yeah.
You didn't have to agree so quickly, but okay.
Big drive here. Big drive here. Very important drive. Down 9 points for Providence.
And a flag comes in.
That's not a good sign.
Is that a delay of game? It was. Delay a game against the Pioneers. So that's going to be a 5-yarder. So
that,
they have.
That wasn't Goodwin's shoe went up there, right?
No, that was not. He's over here on the sideline, I believe.
That's true. Yeah, not a penalty they wanted. Had a nice, manageable 2nd and 5, now 2nd and 10. penalties becoming a factor here. That's the 6th penalty of the second half, and we're only almost through the third quarter.
So Lannon, empty backfield again, looked right, then back left, has a man, touchdown. Touchdown for the Pioneers. I was trying to see if it's not Unruh. It is Eli Theobald.
Theobald. Oh,
Eli Theobald.
Newtown heard from there.
So Eli Theobald with the touchdown catch of 22 yards. And Hoke will look to knock it through. And, Coach, we got us a ball game.
Absolutely.
3:30 on the clock, and as soon as this ball goes through, we will be stepping away to catch one of our third quarter breaks. I just figured I'd warn early there. On-site producer Kevian. And the kick is up. Kick is good. So as we step away, that makes the score host Pirates 23 and the Pioneers 21. Come on back for more in the third quarter on Glycod.
COVID-19 continues in our community. We are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
This portion of tonight's game on Glycod is brought to you by W.M. Kelly in New Albany. Find out about a rewarding career by emailing info@wmkelly.com.
Well, the Providence Pioneers have scored both at the end of the second quarter and now for the first score of the third quarter to cut into this Pirate League. The extra point by Hoke good as well, so it's 23-21, and now Hoke will kick the ball away and see what McClellan and company can do for the Pirates, but we've got us a ball game here. Now, certainly both teams had some penalties hurt them in that so far in this third quarter, but really the interception by Brian Wall on about the 40-yard line was big on that drive. As the Pirates were driving, McClellan got flushed from the pocket, tried to thread the needle. Brian Wall knocked it up in the air and then brought it down himself. As Hoke puts the boot to it, Almasiga backs up, fields it at the 14, heads right up that near hash and has some room at the 40. At the Pioneer 40, 20, 10, touchdown. Jaron Almasiga with the kickoff return, fielded at the 19-yard line, so 81 yards unofficially. And now he's got to calm himself down enough to kick the extra point.
I was going to say.
Wow. So
right up the middle, wasn't it?
Yep, special teams. So kickoff return for the Pirates. Well, that's one way to answer.
Yeah.
So the Pioneers take almost the whole quarter to cut it to a 2-point ball game, and 14 seconds later, it's stretched back out again. As Spinner will hold 14 unanswered points answered back. Almasiga, snap is back, kick is up, and kick is good. And we will step away, get our second break in for the quarter as the Pirates stretch the lead back to 30-21 over the Pioneers. Come on back for more on Glycod.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School football from Glycod.
Yep. As we are returning here to Charlestown High School, where the home Pirates answered back with Jerron Almasiga 81-yard kickoff return. And as we were talking about during the break there, the Providence Pioneers scored just a mere 14 seconds ago to cut the lead down to 2 points, and that kickoff return stretched things back out just 14 seconds later.
I'm sure somebody's going to rewind that, but there had to be some key blocks right up the middle to let him break loose like that.
There were, yeah.
Don't get any numbers in our position here, but a replay will certainly show good blocking that time by Charlestown.
And Almasiga had just the right moment, too, to kind of hit that next gear. And he kicked the extra point through. Now he's got to kick the ball off. No rest for the weary. A little bit of short kick.
To the 35.
Fielded at the 35. And that was Lucas Thomas, the freshman up back, that picked that up and returned it back. Put it out at the 38 or so, we'll call it. So 1st and 10 from the 38. As Lannon and company come back out on offense. Low snap, picked it up, fires it off, and a little behind the receiver.
I believe that might have been tipped at the line.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I agree. Broken up there at about the line of scrimmage, so brings up 2nd and 10.
Charleston's got some pretty good size there in that front line of theirs on defense. For example, Andrew Sexton, 325, 6'5". That's pretty good size for high school.
So on the down play, Lannon keep it and out near the sticks. Nice run there. Really gets it right to midfield. I think they're going to mark him maybe just short. Tip of the ball, maybe just a couple inches away from that midfield stripe, but that does move the chains.
12-yard gain.
And Providence has found a little bit of something out of that spread. Now we do have a back there with Landon, but a low snap. He picks it up, tries to pitch it to the back, and I'm not sure if that was caught. No, it was on the ground.
So they're going to say
the receiver
incomplete.
Was Ross. Incomplete pass. Really for the best,
yeah,
considering he had a knee down 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
He's going to lose yards for sure. Here comes big number 66 out of the game. Get a little air here. I mentioned him earlier, Andrew Sexton, a senior. Defensive line, 6'5", 325.
So the ball back just shy of that midfield stripe. And Lannon didn't quite see who was back there with him. I believe that's Ross. Lannon on the keeper. Good for a couple on that second down play. Brings up 3rd and long into Pirate territory. Now we've seen Charlie Scott punting away a couple of times, so we'll see. I wouldn't think this would be 4 down 4-down territory here, but you just never know. Trailing by 9. Lannon takes the snap. Here comes the pressure. Rolling left, being chased, and gets it out there. Let's see if that's on the sideline. No, pulled out of bounds. And that was Eli Theobald that had that big touchdown catch earlier, but that brings up 4th down. That Theobald was pulled just a little bit too far off.
You got to punt this ball, Coach. I don't think they like that punting game too much, but nevertheless.
I don't believe they are. Lannon has stayed out there, and Unruh checked into the game. Wall and Unruh come to the near side with Davis, I believe. Oh, and stepping early was Unruh. False start on the Pioneers. So their third penalty of the second half.
Right.
We'll back them up 5 yards.
Let's see if they punt it now.
Yeah.
I certainly think if I got a punter at all, I gotta kick this one away.
And Charlie Scott comes out there. Yeah. He's standing on that far hash at the 32-yard line.
Just a sophomore.
Gets the ball up and away. Not a long one.
Good roll out of bounds.
Didn't take a bad roll. Yep. 30, 35, 34. Let's see where they spot it. 1:43 remains here in the third period. And the home Pirates go back to work. We've had a good one here tonight, folks, with
go back to last year. Providence beat Charlestown at Providence 23-14. So same scoring range here, pretty much. Of course, got a whole nother quarter to play.
That kickoff return really did swing the momentum, though. You felt it was all going Providence's way. Let's see what Pirates can do now. And a nice break of tackle there was McIntosh, sort of the more power back of the two backs. And first down for the Pirates. Nice run out to the 45. 1st and 10.
That's the first carry I have him doing.
I'm not sure. He's been in the game a couple of times, but I don't know that he's carried for much of anything. And, out to Benner. And he lost the ball, coughed it up. Ball on the ground. Providence saying it's theirs. So Benner with it, turned, made a nice football move, and then the ball came out. And that's a momentum swing as
a fumble.
And 2 big turnovers in the second half for these Pirates. So Wall with the interception, and now Benner with the fumble gives the Pioneers another possession. So 1st and 10, Lannon looks to throw, airs it out, but just overthrew his receiver. And that was Eli Theobald again, and he just couldn't get away from his defender. That was good defense there. So brings up 2nd and 10.
2-possession game, just over 1 minute left in the third.
You know the Pioneers want to try to make Pirates pay. Ball on the ground again, and a mishandled snap, and then here came Alex Harden right up the middle to bury Carter Lannon deep. Great defensive play, but Lannon had a low snap to try to handle and just barely picked it up before that big line was there. A junior, and leads the team, or led the team coming into this game, co-led with Cole Tincher with 41 tackles, and that's a big one there for loss. Lannon Throws it over the middle, intercepted, and that's picked off. Terrence Bonner, he turns on the jets, comes into Pioneer territory, still going, finally brought down by a big offensive tackle there. Nathan Ross, the senior, brings him down, but Terrence Bonner with the INT. I didn't see the laundry on the field. I thought it might have been a shoe. No, it's no.
Who's it against? A big question.
Let's see. It lies at about the 45-yard line, and this looks like it's coming back.
Is it going to be Charlestown's ball still, or Providence's ball still?
I don't know. Block in the back against the Pirates, so it's against the Pirates. That is their 5th. Was it for 10 yards? It was for 10 yards, but the Pirates retain possession because it was after the interception. Right. It was on the run back. So 1st and 10, ball on the 45-yard line in Pirate territory. So negates the big run back, but the turnover by Bonner still there. McClellan, handoff. That's McIntosh around that right side across into Pioneer territory. Tripped up and falling forward. 1st down and more. A good 14, 15, well, almost 17-yard gainer there. Down to the 38. Nice run there by McIntosh.
So from the 45.
So that will do it for the third quarter, excuse me. When we come back, we'll have 4th quarter action for you here on Glycod.
Hi, I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Grant.
I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School football from Glycod.
Final quarter of action for you here from Charlestown High School. And that first play from scrimmage here in the 4th couple-yard gainer.